the form of the past participle as an adverb reveals that the subject of the clause is the period receiver when the experience of the subject lasts. However, the past participle that has the trait as an adverb and originates from the intransitive verb describes the intransitive verb have to signify the response to a period in the perfect tense to describe the experience of a subject. The past participle as an adverb from the intransitive verb can be applied in a clause stated in the perfect tense to specify how the period has been. The past participle is a form of a descriptive word for the object in the subject-object relationship. We can see the subject of an experience during a period is the object of the interaction with time as the subject. The period becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object in the relationship, the subject-object relationship. The medium to link the subject and the object, the period and the subject of the clause is the time. The time is exchanged between the subject, that is the time, the period, and the object, the subject of the clause. The subject becomes the subject of the intransitive verb. The definition of the intransitive verb is started by the subject. The correspondence for the period makes the unrevealed relationship between the time as the subject and the object that is the subject of the clause. So the form of the past participle as an adverb reveals that the subject of the clause is the object in the interaction with the period for the experience. And the subject actualizes the definition of the intransitive verb, that is the original form of the past participle as applied as an adverb. Even though the past participle that the intransitive verb is transformed may seem to be applied to describe the subject. However, the form of the past participle applied in the clause stated in the perfect tense is to reveal that the subject of the clause, to actualize the definition of the intransitive verb have or has, is the object of the interaction to share the period. The subject of giving us the time is the one, and we interact the period as the subject to share the time. The form of the past participle applied as an adverb to reveal how the experience of the subject is, reveals that the subject of the clause as the object to receive the period from the time as the subject.